Sec 3 NA Normal Academic, Chapter 4, Part 3 Practices. Now, in this part of the chapter, we're going to repeat some of the skills that we have used and learned yesterday. So now, let's look at the first question. Name a pair of similar triangles and state the reason for similarity. Now, recall that we have three different tests. The first one is the more popular one, that is the AAA test, where we only need to show two angles, and then the third angle will be equal, and therefore they will be similar. The second test will be to have three ratios of the corresponding sides. Okay, and the third property test will be have two ratio of corresponding sides and one included angle. But of course, down here we're going to use the one that is the most popular, and that will be most likely the AAA test. Okay, before we begin to show that they are actually similar, let's look at our triangles over here. We have ABE, the small triangle, and let's see what does it matches with. We have a pair of parallel lines. It tells me that by the alternate angles property, B will correspond to the angle D. So I know B is with angle D, and A will correspond to angle C. Why is that so? Because of the alternate angles on parallel lines. And then we have the third one, E will correspond with E. Why is that so? Because of the angles in vertically opposite angles. Alright, so now if that's the case, we're going to know all the angles. Ready? We are going to do the proof. So in triangle ABE and triangle CDE, which angles are we going to write? So well, maybe I'll write the first one, angle ABE to be equals to angle CDE. Why is this true? Because of the alternate angles on parallel lines. Can you give one more angle? Well, you can choose any of the three. So I will have, let's say, angle BAE. And if I have angle BAE, it must match with angle DCE. Again, this is also alternate angles on parallel lines. Now, I already have two angles, so I need to show the third angle. Well, that's not necessary for this property test. So in this case, we will have, therefore, triangle ABE is similar to triangle CDE by the AAA property. Have you gotten the answer? Now, next part of the lesson, we're going to next part of the question, we're going to move on to find the value of x and y. So for part B, in order to find out the x and y, we know that these two triangles are similar already. We need the ratio of three sides. So I can have the first one, AB over CD, then BE over which side? DE. And last but not least, AE with CE. Let's plug in the different numbers. So AB is X, CD is 48, BE is 12, DE Y, AE is 15, and CE is 36. From here, we can get the following two ratio. So that means we have the number 15 over 36, and we'll use it to pair it with the answer for x over 48. We also have 15 over 36 with 12 over y. So now we would like to find out the answers on our own first before checking the answers with us. Have you gotten the answer? Now let's try the next question. Question number 2, name a pair of similar triangles and state the reason for similarity. Before we begin, as usual, we do the labeling. So I have the small triangle ABC, and it will correspond to ABC and ADE. So A is a common point, a common angle. And B, angle B over here, this is the corresponding angles here. So letter F, B will correspond to D, and C will correspond to E. Okay, so they are on corresponding angles on parallel lines. So now let's try to write the proof. How we write it? In triangle ABC, and match the triangle that's similar to it. In the correct labeling, you will have ADE. Then state the two angles, choose one. For example, I like BAC to be equals to, if it's BAC, then I'll have DAE. And this angle is common. Okay, then one more angle. Let's say I choose angle ABC, and that will be equals to angle ADE. Why is that so? The letter F, so this is called corresponding angles on parallel lines. Then what do we write? What's the magic statement? Therefore, triangle ABC is similar to triangle ADE by the AAA property. Okay? Now part B, we're going to find x and y. So let's fill in the ratio of the different sides since we know that they are similar. So 3 ratios. What do you have? For example, if I choose AB over AD, then it will be BC with DE and AC with AE. Fill in the numbers. So what's AB? AB is X. AD? Oh, what's AD? X plus 2.4. What about BC? That will be 4.8 over DE6. AC is Y. AE will be Y plus 3. Using these ratios, I can form that I'm going to use the number with 4.5 and 6 to equate it to the X. Then 4.5 with 6 to equate it with Y. Please calculate the values of X and Y before you check the answers. Have you gotten the answers? Question number 3. Name a pair of similar triangles and state the reason for similarity. As usual, we need to start off with the matching of the sides. So I have triangle ADE. Let's take a look. This is triangle ADE and ABC. So A is a common point with a common angle that they overlap together. D is given to be equals to the point C, the angle C. So E must correspond with B. Alright, and then I know that A is common because they overlap with each other. And now D is given. D and C is given. So we're going to write our proof. How are you going to write your proof? In triangle ADE and triangle ACB, what are the angles that we can state? So the first one will probably be DAE will be equals to, if it's DAE, then we will have CAB. And this reason is they overlap and it's a common angle. Next one more angle. I have only one other angle that's given to me. So it will be DADE. Angle ADE will be equals to, if it's ADE, it will be ACB. And this is given. Then we should write our magic statement. Therefore, triangle ADE is similar to triangle ACB by the AAA property. Now in this part, students usually will try to use the picture to help them match the corresponding sides. Well, it may not be accurate, so let's try to form the different ratios using our labeling. So I have my ratio 3 ratio over here. So if AD will match with AC, then we will have the next side to be DE over C to B and AE over AB. Now let's fill in the different sides that we have. AD is 6. A to C. What's A to C? A to C is actually y plus 4.2. D to E will be x. C to B will be 18. A to E is 4.2. And A to B will be how much? Oh, 14. So using this expression, we are going to solve for the values of x and y. Please try your answers before we check the answers. Have you gotten the answers? Last question for this part of the lesson. Now name a pair of similar triangles and state the reason for similarity. We have the following over here. It can be seen, triangle PRQ. And then we shall match it with P and PTS. There's a common point over here. So P is actually a common angle that they share. Angle R will match with T, the corresponding angles. And angle Q will match with S, the corresponding angles. So now please write your proof. We're going to start with triangle PRQ and and triangle PTS. So for these two triangles, we just need any two angles. Which one would you like to choose? So maybe I'll start with PRQ to be equals to angle PTS corresponding angles on parallel lines. Okay, and then maybe I'll choose one more angle, RPQ with angle TPS. This is a common angle. So therefore, triangle PRQ is similar to triangle PTS by the AAA property. Now we're going to find out the different sides, so let's find the labeling and the measurements. Ratio of the three different sides. I will have, in this case, PR over PT, PQ with PS, RQ with TS. Let's plug in the different values or the numbers, and we get the answer to be x over x plus 9.6. PQ is 18 over PS is 28.8. RQ is 14 over Y. Now using these few ratios, let's try to find the answers. Please try them first and check the answers with us later. Have you gotten the answer?